What if I tell you that God became man, who may then become God again as he attains the purpose of his life? Sounds complex, right? But what we need to learn is that living a life with all desires fulfilled is a dream that can only be achieved upon completion of certain duties in life. Apart from those, one needs to believe in themselves and ensure that the belief exists within them despite all the low points in their life. Let us look at some scriptures that have for long been holding high value. While it starts with the miracles of Jesus turning water into wine, among others, there are certain other aspects which suggest that the world became flesh and it dwelt among us. We think that there exists a major mistranslation there. We think that the word translated into among is the Greek preposition in or within, which means that the world became flesh and they dwelt not among us, but within us. Now, John used the plural word us, if you noticed. This is for nature, and we form a part of this nature. In other words, we can interpret that Jesus, in order to save us, did not inhabit one man or the other, but in all of us. Nature has God in it. So the force which we think created this world dwells within us. Now, if we say that with God, all things are possible, it can be interpreted as with man, everything is possible as well. This has even been discussed in other books of Matthew and Mark. In all these translations and interpretations, they speak of a creative word. That creative word being referred to here is imagination. The importance of imagination and assertion has therefore been spiritually recognized. This is also the reason why this technique works wonders, which you thought will never work. I think we can say that the eternal body of a man is an imagination of the God. So we exist as God's imagination, while he resides within us. Let us get to the assertions, assumptions, and imaginations a bit more deeper. If you assert something about yourself at this point in time, the reason may deny those assumptions of yours. Imaginations are your dreams which you wish turn true. When you reach a stage where you feel this is your dream, the first thing that you must reflect upon is the people around you. Are they happy as you are? Do you think you're among the right people? Everything is possible to everyone in the world. What is required for it to actually work out is the belief and your desire to operate on your imaginations. Imaginations are actually a blessing, something that helps us foresee how our life may look like once you achieve those desires you have been longing to desire. You should make sure that you never let the sun go in vain. Keep swimming until you reach your goals. Don't let anything get in your way. Your imaginations are divine signs from the very God you believe in, that you are capable of all that you have been imagining. Do not underestimate those signs and keep working every day to ensure that those imaginations turn into a reality. That may even be better than those you've had in your thoughts. Now, also keep in mind that when you imagine, it need not be for you, it could be for your friend. As I said earlier, everything is possible. All you need to have is a desire, with a strong intent to make it happen. You disapproving the statement that all things are possible with a man is the start of you not being able to make benefit of the concept of affirmation and positivity, and ultimately failing. You need to ensure that when you start speaking of God and you refer to the same person. The power lies within you. There is nothing to prove till date that any of this will help you unless you operate on it. Your contribution is what makes the entire thing work. The advice to do something can easily be obtained from anywhere. I could tell you 100 things right now that could help you do better in your life. But what actually matters is your intent to operate upon it, to act upon it to an extent that it becomes a habit. Turn it into a routine and be consistent. That is what determines your success to anything you have longed for. Imaginations are just the first step to your own work. As soon as you put in the work you have been skipping, you will get to the imaginations you have had in your mind. What you want in life is upon you. What you want to miss out on is something that you have a complete control on. If you are a person who wants to make the most out of every turn in your life, then you have to imagine the turns you could make in your life ahead. Nothing works out unless you venture out and explore the possibilities. Life remains at a standstill until you add some movement into it. At the same time, don't let that momentum take you forward without an end goal. Keep taking turns when you feel like it. Never be afraid of the inertia you may feel when you take turns. Remember, higher the pace of your life is, higher will be the inertia you feel when you make a turn. But this is something that tells you that you are making great progress. So never be scared of it. Embrace it and allow it to take you to the right places. Another important aspect that needs to be spoken of is how to overcome friction. In the earlier mentioned example of inertia, there is a component that could break things heavily for you. That element is friction. The friction in life, however, is something that may take a great toll on your mental health. Your life may depend upon these friction creating elements, and hence, an immediate removal of these elements is of utmost importance. The elements we are speaking of could be a toxic relationship, bad friendship, a dictatorial boss, or anyone who doesn't like you succeeding well in life. Eradicate them off right away. Keep them at a safe distance so that they ever get to reach out to you and make the impact they were scared off. You may later notice that the same people who were creating all kinds of trouble for you are the same people who work for you now. They are the ones who may even have forgotten that they ever sat in the same room at the same pedestal as you were at. The difference that you know is the fact that you believed. You believed in yourself, the godly figure within you, and most importantly, you never let the fire within you settle. You listened to the imaginations God showed you and decided to venture out on all that comes into your life. This is what took you to a pedestal that those friction-creating elements of your life could not stand up to. So the difference there in reality was that you listened to your imaginations and they didn't. Owe that credit to yourself and keep doing what you've been doing. The motive that Jesus was to save humanity, not a particular person. God, therefore, is present within us. The need for us to believe in ourselves may seem like it is getting distorted, but always keep in mind that the Christ in us is what you need to believe in, not in anyone else. The journey that God is taking them to is much different from that if yours. You have an imagination which is much different than that of others. So, naturally, the path you will be taken upon will be different from that of anyone else. Suggestions and decisions of others may land you places which you may have not wanted to be in. Depend only upon yourself and the God within you. The belief, as we mentioned, has enough potential to take you anywhere you have longed to reach. Make sure you keep your vision tunneled to your goal. There is a purpose behind everything that you go through. This purpose is written in us so that us and God are one within us. This makes Him us. God and us are one. The purpose of life for you will be the one you imagine yourself at. Among all other reasons for you endeavoring on a certain path, believe that there are certain other reasons which may not yet be visible to you, but will soon be there in front of you as soon as you start tunneling your vision towards your goals. So, how do you live your fulfilled desire? How do you look at yourself once you have reached the goals you have wanted to achieve? Do you suit well in those circumstances? Is your life fulfilled according to you? Remember, this can only be answered through your imaginations. Consider everything in your life. Think of all possible circumstances and work around each and every hurdle through your imagination. Remember, there is nothing in this world that God cannot achieve. And you, my friend, have your God within you. You just need to believe in yourself. This means that there is nothing in this world that you can't achieve. What you lack till now is a step forward. Take enough of those steps forward, and I am certain that you will be able to reach the goal you've envisioned. I'll meet you when you